Macroverse, what's up? Good to see you again. It's that time. Actually, we're a little late, but we're here nonetheless. Um, it's me, Tiny Universe. This is Tiny's Universe. Welcome to another week. Sorry for being late, but better late than never. And with that being said, I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to go ahead and ask my good friend Evan to come in and
Hello.
see where we go from there.
Yes, my fault tonight. Sorry about that. So Tiny was here and ready, and I was not. So glad we could jump on. I think it'll be a little bit of a shorter stream tonight, but figure might as well at least talk about the new stuff that's come out this week, and then continue to tease on the stuff that's coming over the next few weeks. And call it a day. But it has been another busy week in the Macroverse, all kinds of crazy things going on. I, by the way, am Evan Matthews, co-founder and CEO of Macroverse. And let's see, I think let's just kind of dive right into it. We've got some exciting stuff out on Drip House this week. So anyone that doesn't know, Drip House is a platform for finding and collecting digital collectibles from all kinds of artists and creators across the world. I am ongoingly impressed by the quality and caliber of the work that is continuing to come out as the platform is experiencing a surge of growth in creators and the output that's coming out. Also very proud to have a number of channels on the platform, both directly through Macroverse and through some of our collaborators. So this is the latest on the Macroverse channel. A little hiccup with our drop on Sunday, which didn't come out. So I'll take a moment just to talk about that. Last week's drop, we covered pretty extensively this Hellchad short on the last episode of Tiny's Universe. So if you haven't seen that, I would definitely check it out. This week we planned to release this past week we planned to release Darkland episode 4. And I was quite excited about doing that because Darkland 1, 2, and 3 are pretty safe for work. But once you get to episode 4, the same cannot be said. And there's a new feature on Drip House which allows you to mark content as more mature. So it gives it a little, are you sure you want to look at whatever might be behind here? And so I was excited to be able to release that episode, and hadn't previously figured that I would be able to on Drip House. And basically the rest of the series, we had the guidance as we made Darkland. Basically, we said, if it could be done on Game of Thrones, we can do it in the comic. And we pushed that as far as you could possibly think about it. So, debauchery everywhere. But anyway, I was excited about using that feature. And then turns out as we were getting ready to release the drop, they haven't implemented it for multi-page multi-image documents yet. So the team is actually working on that so that we can support those releases. In the meantime, I've got something else queued up, and actually did a fun little experiment, which has been pretty cool to watch. So everyone that's been on the channel for a while wouldn't have noticed this. And because I also collect our own work, I can't show it off. But if you haven't collected the early episodes of Remind or the early episodes of Darkland, I made them available again. And so what was cool about that is there's been a couple thousand new people that have come in to read the early episodes, that the base level collectibles. And I kind of love that. So I think, I'm not going to keep them available, for all the time, but I think it's going to be fun to kind of limited time kind of release those early episodes again as we continue to release new episodes. So it gives people a good way to catch up on the series, and still be able to at least get their hands on the base level versions.
Let me ask you this. So how are those available? Because somehow I missed the digital pools, like initial, the early, the early diver.
Yeah.
I don't know how I missed it. but I did.
Yeah.
So I went and scooped one up, but that's what I was curious.
So I can't show you here on screen because of the fact that I've already collected them on my account here. But if you actually hold on, maybe I can if I go to us. Let's see, how would I do it? If I'm logged out, you might be able to see it. But basically, it shows up at the top of the page. So anything that is collectible from someone that you haven't secured. Let's see if I can find an example. We'll talk about digital pools in just a minute because they did their first drop here as well, which is super cool. Yeah, so these are all like if the drop is available. Whoops, did I just get logged out? I did. Okay, so in that case, it'll probably make it easier to show. So I did this with the Vogu early pieces as well. No, it's not showing it to me. Okay, back up. So I guess I have to be logged in, and I'm not going to do that live on camera at the moment because I am using my wallet address to log in. But basically, you see these different sets. You would see the cards with the secure button at the top of the screen above the sets for anything that's available.
Yep.
So after the way that the system typically works is that you have a time window to secure releases. And so the base collectible is a week, rares are 2 weeks, legendaries are 3 weeks, ultimates, I think, never expire. And so depending on what rarity tier you get, you have a longer period of time to secure them. So in an interesting way, like the base level collectibles are the shortest time window to claim. And so I realized like there are a bunch of people that have come on to Drip House and a bunch of people that have come on as followers from Macroverse that weren't there in those first 5-6 drops. And so as a way to, because we weren't able to release Darkland episode 4, it gave me the idea to do this experiment of like, if we put these episodes back out, would more people that missed them secure them? And a good number of people did. So again, I think it's something we'll continue to play with. So I've been doing that on the Vogu channel as well. All of the base levels from each drop are available now for a month for anyone that missed them. And so it just gives a nice way to get into each of the drops, even if you missed them or if you didn't get them or if you weren't subscribed the first time around, just making them available a little bit longer. So I think it's going to be something fun to play with as that continues. It's also testing a little bit of a theory that I have for something that we're working on. So appreciate that, Drip House. But let's talk about digital pools for a second. So actually, before I jump over there, while we're on Vogu, I just wanted to point out that the latest one-of-one auction is kind of a special piece. So for anyone that knows the Vogu lore, this is a member of the Gates, which is the mysterious governing body that is essentially kind of, for lack of a better way of saying it, kind of running the universe or overseeing the universe kind of at the corporate overlord level. I know who this character is. Jason knows who this character is. You don't yet know who this character is, but you will come to find out, and is the first non-rebel character that we've put out here. So you can see there's a little different designation. He's in the patrician class, which is the type of robot body that he has. So some fun stuff there as we continue to sprinkle in some pieces of the lore and the world yet to come. And now turning our attention to digital pools. Digital Pools is a comic series that is Macroverse series that is created by Alex Robnett and Matt Stevens, both phenomenal creators in their own right. They released this early diver kind of surprise collectible. One of the things I think is really cool about this is they made it a legendary rarity, knowing that even though a lot of people would secure it, so 3,500 people grabbed it, and it sounds like Tiny is one of them after the fact, but they're using this as sort of an early access pass. So anyone that has this as their first release, kind of a Genesis pass, they're going to continue to do some special things for over time. And then what I love about what they did is they created these very cool pieces of cover art for episode 1 of Digital Pool. So we had released episode 0 in the widescreen format on the Macroverse channel. And then they took the phone formatted episodes, the mobile formatted episodes, and created these exclusive covers. And I just absolutely love them. I think they're so cool.
Those I was checking out, and those I absolutely, I went through all of them. I feel like I have to have them all, but I mean, they actually, those are cool. They actually have like your, your corner box and everything. And it actually just, I mean, it feels like a comic cover. Like it's just so.
Yeah, I love it. Like I love like the skinny format of it. The still feels like a comic cover. We might steal some of this. It's really cool. Like hats off, Matt especially, who designed and illustrated these, because they just are so freaking awesome. So I love.
And then it's cool too how they gave them for different things. I mean, it was like for thanking and for having the first drop. I mean, there's different reasons to get different covers.
Yeah, exactly. Really, really cool. And then just, for anyone that isn't as familiar with this, if you hit that play button, it will actually launch the episode. And because these are mobile formatted, they'll, look even better, on your phone. And so this is the Tap Story version of what's on the Macroverse app as far as the format, but in this mobile optimized approach. So my one complaint, but it also is what makes the Macroverse app so much better, is that you have this loading in between pages. But that's okay. We can continue to let the Macroverse app be the best way to read this stuff. And
that's the other thing is, for anybody that actually like sees these and loves them, they can go to the app. And right now it's free. So I mean,
right now it's free. Exactly. And then I will say, like, we continue to tease some of the stuff that we're working on, like all of these things from across the various, Macroverse related channels that are on Drip House. By the end of this year, there will be things you can do with these within the Macroverse ecosystem. It'll probably be a bit before the end of the year, but I can absolutely promise by the end of this year, we've got some really interesting, cool things where you'll still get all the value that they have on Drip and more. So excited about that. But I just could not be more thrilled with what they did. I only saw a little piece of this before they put it out. And just like, you guys killed it. Like, this is going to sound obnoxious, but it's one of the few times where I'm like, I could not have done anything better with this.
It doesn't sound obnoxious though. No, I mean, they nailed it. Like I said, I was going through them, and I'm like, we were just getting ready. Like, we were just getting ready to start when I was going through, because we were talking about something else, and I'm like trying to like look at these things on the market, and see what was out there, what the price are. But like I said, I feel like I need the full set, especially of the first ones. Yeah. I mean, they're gorgeous. They're like, so I can see those same things, like, so nice as a print in a frame.
100%. Yeah. I love them all. This one is a piece of artwork I've never seen before. So I don't know if, Matt did that special for this release, but I just love it so much. So I'm gushing for you guys, Matt. Alex, good job. So love that. And then I'm also very happy, like, we're at September 19th today, so we're about 10 days away from October. Starting in early October, we'll be getting into the next set of releases on the DMC channel as well. And Daryl has been running around the world doing a bunch of stuff, but we'll also finally, a little later than expected, but better than not, we'll finally be doing some things with Daryl directly in this, what I'm kind of now calling season 2 of the drops that we'll do on the DMC channel. So especially, DMC crew members and record holders and some of the other people that have, participated. We've got a few different things planned with Daryl, as well as a whole new set of drops with other artists that are just continuing to do amazing work in the DMC universe. Also, a little additional DMC news. We are closing in on kind of finalizing the creative team getting into the series, which I'm also very excited about. So got some fun plans in the hip hop realm.
I think that's one of those things that, like, I was super excited about the Drip channel, but like when you get into actual content and like story, like I'm excited to see where the world evolves. I mean,
well, and this is one where, I think the thing with DMC is we've had this tension since we originally, came to a deal with them that, we want to get something out quicker. We want to get something out sooner rather than later. But it's also one of these things where I think it's very easy to do a bad version. And it's not particularly easy to do a really, really good version. And we're all committed to doing the really, really good version. So whether that it takes longer and we get it right and it's the right creative team and it's really going to have an impact and it's something that he feels proud of and we feel proud of. And it's also, kind of something we see as the beginning of a larger project. So it's, things are moving, which is always a good thing. But it'll be, probably it'll be sometime next year when we see the first episodes. But the right people are kind of coming into the picture now, which is great. So excited about that.
Very nice.
And I think we'll start to use Drip House and some stuff we're doing at Macroverse as a way to start to tease and bring people into the process too, which would be fun. So yeah, that's the latest and greatest on Drip House this past week and what's coming up there. Trying to think if there's anything else I can share about for what we're working on. We're putting all of our ducks in a row for the release. The big product release that I keep teasing. So we're on. What I can say is we're on track for the timeline, which means that we'll have an announcement by mid-October. We'll have a release by the end of October. We're trying to actually beat those deadlines a little bit, but worst case scenario, worst case scenario, you'll have something very cool to engage with for Halloween. And that's actually a little clue in and of itself. But it's going to be a lot of fun and very, very cool. So getting closer every day, which is both thrilling and a little stressing. But a lot of puzzle pieces in that'll all be being put together to form some kind of pumpkin. So,
well, I know I'm waiting, and I know there's a lot of other that are excited. So I don't know.
I can say, I mean, I want to give fair warning. All I can say is if you like any of the stuff that you've seen us do or make, or even if you don't care about what we've done so far, but you're a comics fan, a storytelling fan, a physical collectibles fan, a digital collectibles fan, if you're in any of those camps, just put a little money aside. You're gonna wish that you did. That's all I can really say about it. This one is one that you're gonna want, and it's really special, and it's really worth it, and I think people are gonna love it.
I mean, that's big.
That's my fair warning.
I'm already going broke.
Yeah, you might have to skip a few issues of the Hulk, which I also adore that you're picking up. But
oh man, I'm tearing that set apart all of a sudden. I just picked up like another 10 books today.
Yeah.
So
it's awesome.
There's that.
It's awesome. So yeah, I mean that's kind of what I got to update for this week. Anything you want to specifically chat about for a few minutes or get into?
No, I mean, we've had the last couple of weeks off of Maker's Room. I don't know if we're done there or if it's
so. I think we're not done, as things are starting to now move into creating art and continue to make those episodes. I think there are a few stragglers, to still kind of talk about. So we'll close that up over the next, week or two. I think that this quote unquote round is, I'm kind of considering this round closed. So basically we'll make these, 2 episodes and then, revisit from there. But I also don't want that to be a signal for anyone that wants to submit stuff, because when we open the next round, we'll just pick up where we left off. So whatever is, whatever is submitted, I will continue to look at and give feedback. It just won't be as structured as it has been for the past few months.
Absolutely.
So, that door is always open. It's just whether or not it's active in kind of weekly sessions or not.
Yeah. Well, I think also like one of the things that Matt was asking is like, he's like such a, writer. He's like, well, I wish I had somewhere to just put stuff that I'm writing and get feedback. And we were both like, right here. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, yes, it is not restrictive. Yeah. So look, I think that's actually a good point. Like, as we go through this process, like part of the intention is to use this as a way to fuel the creative part of the ecosystem, but also very specifically as a mechanism for creating cool content that we think, has value and impact for everyone involved. So, at this point, it doesn't feel like we're in the spot to just necessarily, green light stuff that isn't connected to the other things that are in existence. Like, the ability to use this as a way to turn fan fiction into real pieces of these larger franchises and universes is, very much kind of the focus right now. That said, like me personally, as a creator and as someone that, wants to see everyone that wants to, make stuff, be able to make stuff, it is the perfect place to come share whatever those ideas are, whether it has anything to do with Macroverse or not. And I will certainly chime in with feedback. I know the rest of the community will as well. And I would like to see the community space become more activated about, creativity and the process of making things. And some of those things may ultimately find their way into the larger, Macroverse platform and ecosystem, or it may just be a cool way to incubate and launch, people's own things in various ways. And both of those make me extremely happy. So, as much as I was giving Lady Valor a hard time last week, very, very lightheartedly, the fact that she's gone off and produced her own content completely independently from us also makes me incredibly happy and excited. So, I love both of those outcomes for everyone that we're playing with. So yes, the answer is yes. Keep posting stuff, whatever it is. Good stuff.
Other than that, I think we're all just waiting for October at this point.
Waiting for October. I will use this as an opportunity to say, if you or anyone that are a kick-ass AAA designer, I am looking to hire a designer right now. So I would especially love the overlap of print, UI, UX, and interactive design. So if you're someone that kind of lives in one or more of those worlds and is also a fan of pop culture geek stuff, you're the perfect person. And I put this out earlier, but if that is you or someone that then please send an email with a portfolio link to design@macroverse.com. And would love to have a chat. So throw that out there as well.
I did actually see that post earlier as well, and liked and reshared that. And I will say, anybody else that's watching this, maybe you're not that person, maybe your friend is, or have a friend. So same thing. Tell anybody like share it. The more eyes, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we've got a really phenomenal team, and this is a piece of everything that we built that has largely been me up to this point. And I'm ready to share a little bit of that excitement. So, it is someone that I'll be working with very closely, and we get to make a bunch of really, really cool stuff. So that is my pitch. You'll get to work on some very cool, at this moment, secret but awesome stuff.
That's enough right there.
Yeah. So fun. And then what else can I talk about? As you mentioned, the mobile app is all free right now. So if you don't have the mobile app, go download the mobile app. That is iOS and Android. Just search Macroverse. Follow all the places. So I am Ebonverse on just about every social media platform, at Macroverse on Twitter /X, at Macroverse HQ, just about everywhere else. Because damn it, some squatters on Instagram who aren't using it have got the other username. What else? Where can people find you, Tiny?
Discord, always. I'm
Always
gonna find that's gonna be the fastest, I think. At Secret Agent Tiny, and everything else I think is Tiny. It's just some variation of Tiny Universe or Agent Tiny.
Discord.gg/Macroverse. We will also be opening up to some alpha/beta testing with some of the stuff that we're working on. So anyone that wants to come kick the tires and is an early adopter and likes to play with stuff that might break or still have some bugs without getting too upset, we would also love to see you. So that would be another perfect thing to come into the Discord and just say hi and say that you're interested in beta testing or alpha testing. Also be something that starts in October is some of the stuff that you'll see has a technology component to it, and so as we're getting ready for the full release, we'll be kicking those tires. So if anybody wants to play, by all means, let us know. So yes, more and more things you'll be able to do at whatever level you do them. Yes. And the Discord generally gets first dibs on all of that kind of stuff. So be fun.
I was gonna say, it just sounds like more breadcrumbs.
More breadcrumbs, exactly. And then our goal is to lay all those breadcrumbs, and then, as the kids these days say, leave no crumbs. So I have a side note. I'm an 11-year-old, and I don't know. I'm both amused and terrified by all of the Gen Z slang stuff that's going on right now. But I like to use it with her, and she doesn't know half of it, which makes me really happy. I think she's not quite old enough to be in the kind of Rizzler, ecosystem of language at the moment. But, when we talk about standing on business and no cap, and, they do know skibbity toilet because that comes from a Roblox thing. But, as I'm talking to her, my wife is like, what are you saying? TikTok.
That's so funny. My son was talking about Skippy Toilet today, and I was like, I don't even know what you're saying. Like, what are you even saying? So it's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll all get our Riz on, leave no crumbs, and be back next week. All right, man. Well, sorry I was late. Sorry it was a short one, everybody. Anyone that tuned in, we appreciate you. Thank you for being on this ride with us, and we'll be back for a longer session next week. And then, man, as we get about 3 to 4 weeks out from now, we're going to have some much longer things to talk about, which is going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned. Same Macroverse channel, same Macroverse time-ish. And maybe we just say the same day, same channel.
We're consistently inconsistent.
That's true. We're pretty consistent. I mean, the number of these that we've done at this point, many more of them have been on time than haven't been. But you know,
So
it's all good stuff.
all right.
All right, my friend. I'm gonna try to get a little more work done tonight, and then put kids to bed and all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you very soon.
I'm gonna go play with some comic books.